Alright, what say you? Shall we go into the labyrinth? Alright, let's do it. Whatever is rejected from the self appears in the world as an event. Nigredo, Dark Night of the Soul. If you've ever experienced this before, it's not a pleasant experience, but it's a worthwhile experience. Alright, and I'm not talking about the game, I'm talking about the actual Dark Night of the Soul. So it looks like we've entered the labyrinth. As I understand it, this is procedural, so if I load back into this, if we memorize it, it will likely change. So I can't jump very high to see anything. So what do we do here? Which way do we go? Is that a pine cone? Alright. What do you think we should do? Should we go to the left or to the right? Let's go down here. Alright, we got 4 candles. Some critters. And there's a door down here. You haven't found all 4 black stone fragments yet. Alright. So the idea with this is you're navigating a maze of the subconscious, consciously. And the subconscious is like a labyrinth. It's many layers, layers upon layers of the psyche kind of molding into the conscious or the unconscious person. And depending upon their level of awareness, you'll get a myriad of different manifestations of consciousness in people. Hey, audio tape. Audio log 2. T.
Part of spiritual development is to recognize the satanic tendencies that characterize you, and to fully wrestle with them, and to integrate them. This is the thing. It's not so much to cast them away, it's to transmute them. And you can see the difference between people who have done that and people who haven't, at least to some degree. Because people who haven't integrated their shadow are naive. Someone who has integrated the shadow, they're dangerous in the martial arts sort of way. They are dangerous, but they don't have to be. Their presence radiates the potential for havoc.
So I would liken it to this. Light and darkness exist in all. Consciousness is the adjudicator of how things manifest. And I would agree with those statements when the shadow or the aspects of the human psyche that are not fully integrated in a healthy and balanced way manifest themselves. And I believe Jung thought that was largely what created most of the suffering in the world that we see, whether it be conscious or unconscious. So that's pretty cool. Have no idea where I'm going. Alright. It's a dead end. Oh crap. So we got a cage. Interesting. I was looking at the textures there to try to figure out if this is some sort of stone or something like that. So there's one good thing. We can use, it looks like we'll be able to use the lighthouse and some of the objects outside of the maze to kind of help us get our general cardinal directions of which way we're going. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to look around for a second here and see. It's almost like it's backward 05. Before we go and interrupt the man with the sword. It's an interesting painting. It's kind of hard to figure out what they were going for. Lots of different layers there. He's wearing a mask. The mask changes per layer. And this person on the right is like a conglomeration of sorts. Not very well defined. Okay. Let's see what we've got to say to this guy over here.
Alright. Who are you?
I am the warrior.
Oh, the archetype.
The warrior, huh? And what do you want?
To win,
Why is it so important to win?
all I want is simple. To have my own way.
Why is having your own way so important to you?
Because my way is the best, and others are weak.
Why do you assume that everyone's weaker than you?
Look at them. That's all you need to do.
But I don't think that everyone's weak.
Oh, they are. They have no discipline, no willpower. They listen to their every impulse.
Controlled by
Why is it
impulses.
by impulses?
Because it gets you nowhere. You will stay a nobody for the rest of your pathetic life. No status, no power. No threat to anybody, just a weak coward.
Wait, do you think that I'm a coward?
Yes.
Okay, that's a bit harsh, but tell me what I can do to bring more of your energy into my life.
Stop being pathetic. You have to figure that out for yourself.
But I really don't know, and I do want to change. So what should I do?
That. Do. Just stop doing instead of being pathetic. Now leave me be. I have more important things to do.
You found a behelit stone fragment. All right. Is it? All right, cool. It's a very interesting character right there. I'm not at all familiar with Mandarin or kanjis, but that one looks like somebody was playing around. Maybe that one too. Who knows? All right, so I'm assuming this is our warrior archetype. Let's see what's on his back here. He's got a geometry of some sort. Can we talk to him again? Without getting... Nope. Alright. The pendulum of the mind oscillates between sense and nonsense, not between right and wrong. Alright. Hey, we've got a pine cone levitating above a squirrel. What does that mean? Alright. So we got a stone. And let's go this way this time. Alright. Go to the far side first. There's another door. Let's go in here. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. That's no joke. That is something I see frequently. And it's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. When a person is traumatized or wounded, it's almost like a part of their life force potential shuts down. and it doesn't radiate through their body as it should. And that can be a very painful thing, and sometimes you get comfortable with pain in life. So it's easier to stay in your comfort zone than it is to move beyond and have enough courage to dive deep into those wounds and heal them. So it looks like we have appeared into another little section. We've got a woman sitting on a bench. Looks like a kid playing in a sandbox. Some swings. Let's see what's going on with the
Hello
kiddo.
there. And who are you supposed to be?
I'm your inner child.
I see. What is it that you're looking for?
Nothing. I just want to play.
You just want to play. Why?
It's fun. I can do it all day.
Don't get me wrong. Playing is fun. But don't you feel a little bad when you haven't been productive all day?
No, quite the opposite. I just love running around and playing.
What do you mean running around? You mean inside the labyrinth?
Yes, sometimes I get lost, and that's no fun. I get scared, so I often stay guarded.
It sounds scary to get lost. What do you do when that happens?
I call out, and a caregiver comes to rescue me.
I call out.
I don't know what I would do if she abandoned me. Just thinking about that makes me want to cry.
Well, don't cry. Is there something I can do to make you happier?
Sure. Don't ever grow up. When you grow up, your heart dies, and you won't be fun to play with anymore.
Interesting. So it looks like we're going through the archetypes. Really cool the way they're doing this. Fellscribe says, I guess one could justify not taking that plunge as well, but the justification is only to themselves and is more of a shackle. I agree. To be in conflict or denial of reality is just as bad as to be so arrogant or to ignore it, I guess. It's the same ends of a spectrum of polarity. And, it's hard because if the aspect of reincarnation and all of the soul's journey, that is something that can kind of weigh heavily on a person, because eventually they will have to take care of those things, whether they want to or not. So you may as well get after it in this lifetime. All right, let's see what she says.
Hello there. Who are you?
I am the caregiver.
What is it that you desire?
To take care of others. It fulfills me.
Why?
I don't want to be selfish, and I enjoy helping others.
Even though they may not want it.
All the better. I can get to them and control them.
Why would you want to do that?
So they can never leave me.
What do you mean?
If I do everything for them, then they'll be forever dependent on me. Like the child over there, that will never grow up, I will have to stay here with me.
I thought that you were compassionate because you were helping others, but this just sounds very selfish and evil.
What are you talking about? I am as compassionate as I can be. I give him nothing but love. Everything he needs, I provide.
But he'll never be able to grow up
Everything
independent
he
because
needs.
he'll always be dependent on you.
I know, but I just love him so much. I can't let him ever leave me.
But you must, otherwise his animal will stay locked in here with you, and he will never find a proper woman for himself.
I didn't realize that I was slowing his growth that much. I thought if I took care of him all the time, he'd never leave. But I guess that's exactly what will make him hate me if I'll keep overdoing it. I see your point, brave traveler.
All right, another behelit stone. Very interesting. So I've got some flying insects coming to join the stream here, hanging out and having a good time. that particular archetype, caregiver, it's almost parasitic when it's not properly balanced. Because just like she said, guilt trips and all that stuff work, and it's a way of, you know, that last one hit you a little? Yeah. So I usually tell Reiki clients, especially people that have an imbalance with that particular archetype, they want to care for people, they want to be compassionate and giving, but you cannot give what you don't have. And if your cup isn't full, you shouldn't try to martyr yourself to give to others. At least not until you're in a place that it's regenerative. And so giving and caring and being compassionate is fantastic. But if you limit another being's growth, why would you force your will on them? It's a very interesting concept. So we'll see how this goes. The first half of life is devoted to forming a healthy ego. The second half is going inward and letting go of it. My own personal life has been very similar to that. My mid to early 30s was not interested in any of this stuff. In the last few years, I had to. There were questions that could not be answered by the aforementioned development of the holy full moon. It's huge lot. Questions that could be answered, though, by worldly experience up to that point. We're going way back here with this one. I'm listening. I hear something different. Oh.
Jung's student, Eric Neumann, used the analogy of physical organs to help illuminate the concept of archetypes. Just as a body is structured by organs, which are largely formed prior to birth, so the mind possesses psychic organs which structure the archetypes. Just as the physical organs operate without one's conscious awareness, so do the archetypes. Jung divided the psyche into three major realms: consciousness, the personal unconscious, and the collective unconscious. These three realms are not closed off from one another, but constantly interact in a compensatory manner. The conscious realm is one's field of awareness, consisting of those psychic contents that one has knowledge of. The conscious realm, while extremely important in its own right, is, according to Jung, dwarfed in scope by the unconscious realm. The unconscious consists of those psychic contents which one is unaware of.
Yeah.
And Jung divided this into two main parts: the personal unconscious on one hand, and the collective unconscious on the other hand.
Very cool. I like this, the format on this. So, Felscribe, you had mentioned that last little bit in that last room hit you. I mean, if you want to share, why? What was it about that particular statement with the young woman, the caregiver archetype, that resonated with you? All right, let's see if I can find my way back to... I thought there was another branch that I needed to take a look at. We went in that door. Here it is. Oh, there's a shackle. Alright, this should be interesting. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. Well, hello there. Oh boy, this is popcorn ceilings. Everything's all fuzzy. Till you have talked with each archetype in the scene.
Hello there. Who are you?
I am the orphan, alone in the world.
And what do you want most out of life?
To belong, to fit in.
Why is that important to you?
Isn't that obvious? I don't want to be left out. I wouldn't know what to do. I need other people. I am alone in the world.
But you're not alone. There are people that care about you.
Do I? Yeah, sure. Who would want to be friends with me? I don't know anything. People forgot about me. They use me and throw me away. I am nothing.
No, you aren't. Look, you are inside the labyrinth. That means you're on the hero's journey. That's important. Focus on that.
Stop! You don't know anything about me.
Of course I do. You're part of me after all. And if we want to get through this thing together, we're gonna have to work together.
But I don't know if I can do it. Look how deep the labyrinth is. Wouldn't it be better if we just didn't try this? I would rather stay where I am.
Comfort zone.
We can't be afraid to take a step towards that makes us uncomfortable. Come on, I'll show you how to do it.
Alright then. I will try. No one ever supports me like this. So this is quite a surprise. Thank you.
Alright, we got another Behelit stone fragment. Orphan archetype, alone in the world. Alright, buddy, let's get you out of the labyrinth. What you resist not only persists, but will grow in size. It was the quote that made me write the shackle thing. Ah, gotcha. Alright. So we went that way already. At least I think. Okay. Let's go look around. Just double checking. Okay, that was empty. Okay, so we came back to the beginning. Let's go. So, pretty sure before those were not lit, were they? I remember the critters buzzing around there. Let's see what this is. Look into the mirror. Oh, here we go. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious.